Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a very cozy video just talking about fall crochet patterns that I'm really excited about, and all of the ones I'm going to mention are free and all of them are saved on my Pinterest board. This is my Pinterest tag if you want to follow that. I'm also on TikTok under the same tag, but it would mean a lot to me if you subscribe if you're interested in crochet, making things in general, video essays, and life abroad content. Stay tuned if you're interested in the same things as me. I'm drinking a little mocha that I made. It's literally just a latte, but in between pulling the espresso shot and foaming the milk, I actually just put in like 2 little teaspoons of the Cadbury hot chocolate powder and stirred into the espresso so it like actually dissolves right away, and then add the steamed milk. Perfect, and such an easy little treat. It's not even 8 p.m. yet. Probably shouldn't be having a coffee, but I was so tired today and I just wanted to record this video and get a little cozy, and I know that this mocha isn't going to keep me up, thankfully. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So this will be segmented into different categories, and the first patterns I want to show you are actually mittens. So in my opinion, mittens are better than gloves when it comes to hand making them, and just in general I think they're like a bit cuter, and of course they don't allow you to grab as many things, but if you make ones with a flap then you can do whatever the heck you want with them. So these are from Posh Patterns and they are so cute. I love the like mix of neutral colors, but it still has like that pop of color, like pink, purples, and oranges that they all go together, but that's not like boring, just all beige, all brown, all cream. This person seemed to use 3 different colors, and within those colors, a lot of them seem to be like blended multicolor yarns, which I've actually never worked with, I don't think, aside from like a really fine mohair yarn. But these like beautiful chunky yarns where they have so many colors woven into just one strand are so cool, and I really like these ones that this creator used. And you only use double crochet and front post double crochet, back post double crochet, which sounds really scary, but it's just a super easy way of making crochet ribbing that works vertically. So as you're crocheting in the round, it makes the ribbing vertical, whereas usually if you're doing back loop only ribbing, your ribbing is like horizontal. You know what I mean? And this pattern is also really good because they give you guidelines on how to make it to size, and that's something that I do with pretty much any pattern I follow. Even if they don't have made to size instructions, I will just make it to size and figure it out, because I find that a lot easier, and if I'm making something from scratch, I want it to fit me perfectly and not just be like a size small, a size medium, size whatever, you know. Another one are these crochet hygge, I don't know how to say that Dutch word.
Hygge.
Arrow gloves, and I really like these. I think this is a good balance if you want like a really cute cozy mitten. It also has an option to do it with the flap. I think that's where I got like the inspiration for how to make the flap in these mittens. But these are very like classic, kind of like Scandi style knit looking mitten, but it's really crochet, and I think that anytime you can find a crochet pattern that looks a little bit more like a traditional cozy knit, you won't have any regrets with doing a pattern like that. And this one's free. And she also has a matching headband for free, which is so cute. Confession, I've never crocheted a granny square, even though I've been crocheting for a few years now. But these granny square mittens by Lullaby Lodge are so cute, and there's a video tutorial. You know, granny squares are like a classic skill to learning crochet, which I think is why I find it so funny that I managed to just not do it. But I think the reason why is because a lot of granny square like cardigans and tops I don't really like. They're not my style, or even if I do like them, like I couldn't realistically see myself wearing them often. And whenever I see something that uses a granny square and it's something that I would wear, I immediately save it to my Pinterest, because I would like to learn how to make a granny square, and I'm sure I can figure it out, but I want to actually want to use it. So you might see a few other granny square based patterns in this video. Let's keep going in this vein of wintry accessories. So 2 free crochet hat patterns that I want to share with you. So I love this free crochet beanie pattern from Yarnspirations, and what's really nice about it is that they have a downloadable free pattern, whereas typically, you know, you can find like the video or you can find the blog post with all the ads, and you kind of, it's just hard to follow it sometimes when you want to like reference it while you're crocheting if you forgot something really quickly, or something I do oftentimes is like take a bunch of screenshots, but that's also like a bit annoying to manage. So having a downloadable free pattern is amazing. But yeah, this is really cool. It's mimicking like a Fair Isle knit, which typically looks like this, kind of gives the same vibe of like an Icelandic sweater, which are absolutely beautiful and classic. So yeah, this is just a way of doing that color work, and I think it's really, really cute. I don't love these colors, but I love the vision. I also don't know if I would do the puff if I were to make this, but I would have to get some inspiration of like what color scheme I would want for a Fair Isle inspired crochet beanie. Okay, I realized I forgot to say what the other hat was that I was going to list, but it was from this creator. It's another crochet beanie that looks like knit, and it's done completely with slip stitches, so it's not for the faint-hearted, but you should watch this video if you want to make that one. Okay, let's get a bit rogue. Some slippers. So if you're going to make this, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you use a natural fiber such as cotton or wool, because if you use acrylic for these slippers, you're gonna be smelling up the house. You really are. I also think the video tutorial is in Russian, so if you're an advanced crocheter or you're just very, very determined, I think you could get by. I've definitely done tutorials before in like German and ended up fine. Granted, a lot of trial and error, but crochet is a universal language in my opinion. But I really like these because they look like proper sturdy, because crochet is like there's lots of grooves in the material. For shoes, that could probably get quite gross if you're like, that's on the floor all the time, the bottom of them. So I would probably sew or glue in like a rubber or some sort of hard sole at the bottom of the slippers like you have on regular house slippers, because otherwise there's going to be like dust and stuff like in the grooves of your crochet, and I don't think that would be very pleasant. But if you can only use synthetic, I wouldn't even bother making any sort of footwear. And now we'll move on to home stuff, because I think, you know, we love to crochet our little like summery tops, dresses, bandanas, like the typical things you think of when you think of crochet, and then for winter more like blankets, sweaters, blah, blah, blah. But I think in all seasons, we can easily overlook that you can crochet stuff for the home. And these two, like I hinted at earlier, are granny square based patterns. So one of them is a laptop sleeve. I think this is stunning. This is a bit of cheating because this isn't an actual pattern, but it looks pretty self-explanatory. I think I've never made a granny square, like I said, but make a more rectangular granny square, or make 2 of them, sew the short ends together or the long ends, whatever you want. Leave one side open for your laptop to slip through. Like, seems pretty self-explanatory to me. And this creator doesn't have like a link on Pinterest, so I love these, and I love this color scheme as well. It's like nice bright pop of color, but nothing too crazy where some days you're going to be sick of it, in my opinion. Another one, and it might be a bit early, is this crochet tree skirt. My family always used a tree skirt for Christmas time, just like a normal cloth one, and I think they're really, really cute, especially if you're like my family and you use a fake tree because of allergies. The bottom of the tree isn't the prettiest, and I think even when you have a real tree, you oftentimes put in like a little plastic thing. So tree skirts, stunning. And I love this crochet granny square one because it's just like so cozy and old-fashioned, but like retro and not they're granny squares literally, but it's not too outdated. Like, it looks really, really fun. And when it's paired with, you know, a pretty like modern living space or like modern gift wrapping, or even not, maybe if you go all the way vintage for Christmas, I think this is just really, really cute. And I think it can work in anyone's home if you celebrate Christmas or if you like to put up a Christmas tree during the holidays. So it does seem a bit more difficult. I think as many granny squares as you need to wrap around the widest part of the skirt, and then in the middle a granny like knit, a granny stitch like circle that goes out that much. That makes sense? Yeah, you're gonna have to do some circumference stuff, but you'll get there because you're probably good at math. And finally, the last free crochet fall cozy pattern that I recommend is the Cellar Jumper by Katarina Designs. It looks something like this. My very first video on this channel was me making this and seeing how much I could do in a week. I think when I did that video, I got up to like here, like the bust, and no sleeves yet. So over a month later, we're done. I finished it like a few days ago, washed it. The color looks a lot more consistent now. I think I did have a dye lot issue like I've mentioned in my past videos. I did skip the edging on the bottom because it made it a bit tight. This was originally a beach cover up made of 100% acrylic yarn, which was not a good choice. So I'm really happy I made it into a sweater and it's finally done. So hopefully I'll wear that soon. So this pattern has a free written pattern on her website, and then towards the end of me working on the jumper, I realized that there was a free video as well. So definitely check out this pattern because very well explained. Still best for like intermediate to advanced crocheters, but really, really beautiful and easy to follow. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know which pattern was your favorite. I will link to all of them below. And yeah, hopefully see you next time. Subscribe for more crochet making content as well as video essays and some life abroad vlogs, because why not? And hopefully I will see you next time.